What's up? You got your boy Dyreck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. Cause today we're gonna be talking about Akai Sis. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the world-renowned Akai Sis, the software that came with the MPC 4000 that allowed you to use your MPC 4000 with the computer, sort of like Machine. You know, all the top shelf Akai technology at the time finally had a software controller so you can storm your way into the 2000s with the computer. Yeah, well, that was what was supposed to be, the whole system with Akai Sys. Now, I'm just going to show you an example of Akai Sys. Now, to use it nowadays, you got to be on an older computer like a Windows XP or something from that era. You got to remember, this was a minute ago, so it doesn't really work on the newer computers as far as the newer Windows softwares or Mac softwares. So right now, what I'm going to be using is the Z8 sampler. So as you can see over here, it says Akai Sys, and August 22nd, 2002 is when they created this. So this was, back in the Flintstone era, basically. All right. So what I'm going to do is click on Akai Sys. Let me go to view. Let me go where it says show front panel. And this is the front panel. So this is the actual front panel of the Z8 sampler. So everything over here is the same thing on the face of the sampler. So if I move this knob here, it will move the knobs on my sampler, vice versa. If I move the knobs on my sampler, it will move the knobs on the software. So this software is basically transparent with the sampler. So if you had an MPC 4000, it would show you the face of the MPC 4000. But I'm using the Z series right now. So let's check how Akai Sys works. It's basically transparent to your system. So let's load up a file. Let me see. This is my USB. I'll go to a file. Let's see. This Instapack. Let me load all the samples in here. It's going to probably... Yeah, remember the old school fish? I'm telling you, this fish thing that you had to wait while you were waiting, that they would show you, this would make the guys in Japan just laugh hysterically. They got a kick out of just doing things like this. Seriously, they did these things as a joke amongst each other. But okay, so the file is loaded. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop a sample. So let me go to sample. Let me pick one of my samples here. Let me just check this. Okay, that's cool. So I'm going to trim it first, real quick. I'm going to do everything real quick, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to trim real fast, hold shift. So I'm using my computer keyboard right now, just so I can get the higher end of the numbers here so I could start my trim. Let me see. So this is going to be extremely quick. So I'm going to just trim. Okay, let me just make sure it's there. Okay, that's good. Let's edit. Let's trim and discard. Do it. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, great. Perfect. Let me go to region. Go to the one section over here. Go to window. We're going to make, I'll make 8 regions. Okay, I'm going to click do it. 8 regions were created. Now I'm going to slice it onto the program or a program. Slice assigned to this program. Let's not assign it to this program. I'm going to click do it. Okay, so it's sliced. Now I'm going to program, and let me just create a new program. Let me make a drum program, program 2. Perfect. Okay, so this is a drum program. Now I'm going to load samples into the basically the Z8. Now I'm using the MPC-1 as a MIDI controller, so I'm going to be hitting the pads on the MPC-1 and it's basically going to trigger the samples on the Z8. Believe it or not, the MPC-1 is a fantastic MIDI controller. Say what you want to about the sound, but as far as using it as a MIDI controller, it's awesome. So let me go to, let me start loading up some samples. Let me load up a kick. I'm gonna just choose, you know, any kick we got here. First, the Z8 or in the Z series sampler, basically anyone that has an MPC 4000, this is sort of familiar. It has a MIDI learn, so you can just, you know, go where it says note, hit the pad, it'll have the pad over here, and then just put the sample on that pad, and there you go. Okay, so that's a kick. Let's put a snare in there. Okay, there's a snare. It's kind of loud. And put in a hat. Okay, there's a hat. Okay, now let's put in some of the samples that we chopped. Okay, there we go. 2. And this is pretty cool. Okay, we're just loading. And usually it does, what it does is when you chop the sample, it actually goes to the next one. So that's pretty cool. It makes it easy to chop the samples. Let me just load a volume on these joints too. Just real quick. Let me just load a volume on the samples. Let's go to, let me see, let me go to about 30. 29, okay, that's cool. All right, and now let's make a beat. All right, so I'm gonna record some drums. Sample. Okay. We got a little groove going on here. And basically that's it, you know. It just shows how transparent this is with the actual unit. Everything I'm doing here is happening on the unit. And if I was on the unit doing it, it would be transparent to over here. Let me use the Q links real quick. Let me just go to multi main. Oh, my bad. Shoot. Go to the Q links and assign something. So this is the Q link. So it's like everything. Like, let's say if I wanted to assign pitch on the Q link, this would be the knobs on the sampler. You know, it'll just be like, you know, basically this is like you using the knobs on the actual sampler. You can assign the Q links and stuff like that. So yeah, man, just really transparent, awesome system. If you have a computer where in some way you can use old programs, it's great, man. If you have an MPC 4000 or Z series or the S5000 sampler to use Akai Sys, it's really cool. So this is your boy Dyreck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. And I'm signing off.